Greetings, brethren around the globe. This is the helpers of Zerubbabel. I'm your host, Brother Stanley Zombe. Today, our presentation is on why Davidians today reject the idea of setting up publishing houses worldwide. When we see that this idea is not far-fetched, it is not man's idea, but it is there in inspiration from both the prophets, Brother V.T. and Ellen White. Mixed multitude has come into the message. We read from Symbolic Code, Volume 5, Numbers 1 to 5, page 8. It reads, the reason that the work of the sealing message is moving slowly as it is to be found in the fact that a mixed multitude of laborers has evidently come into the message. As God's people travel onward, as God's people travel on towards the path of holiness leading to his kingdom. Thus it has been with every message, and thus it must be now. Had there not come out of Egypt in Moses' time a mixed multitude, the Exodus movement would have gone into the promised land in less than 2 weeks, but because there were many following the movement who were possessed of a spirit different from that of Caleb's and Joshua's, the movement fell 40 years behind schedule in entering the promised land. So, brothers and sisters, we see that today in our midst as Davidian, there is this mixed multitude of laborers who have come into the message, pretending to be a one with us, pretending to believe what we believe, to believe in the writings of the Golden Bowl. But whilst they are not, they are just there to dishearten and to cause confusion among the people. And we shall see that this mixed multitude is actually there to cause apostasy in this movement. Private interpretations among Davidians. We read from track number 8, page 24. It reads, and as according to Daniel 4, verse 20 to 22, trees are figurative of rulers. Therefore, the trees in this instant represent the ancient men before the house. Ezekiel 9, verse 6. A fact which revealed that in this period, the church's headquarters are in the two-horned beast domain, the new world, the earth, that is the United States of America. This quotation is used by most of these bogus associations like Mountain Dale, Waco, to claim that they can't decentralize the work, basing their argument from this quotation. But you'll find out that this is private interpretation. The church headquarters being spoken of here are actually the headquarters of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, that they will remain in the two-horned beast domain in the United States of America until Ezekiel chapter 9, brothers and sisters. We know that now, until Ezekiel chapter 9, we are in the scattering time, hence the need to decentralize the work so that this work, the publishing work, the setting up of publishing houses, that we may reach all our brothers and sisters in every corner, in every country, so that we may reach the 22 plus million of Adventists around the globe. So this bogus association, they base this to remain in the headquarters so that they control the work from America. They do not want to decentralize, basing the argument from this quotation, which we see that this is private interpretation. The church's headquarters spoken of from this track number 8, page 24, is the headquarters of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Our publishing houses, we read from Testimonies for the Church, volume 7, page 140. It reads, in a large degree, through our publishing houses is to be accomplished the work of that other angel who comes down from heaven with great power and who lightens the earth with his glory. Solemn is the responsibility that rests upon our houses of publication. We also read from Timely Greetings, volume 1, number 27, page 11. It reads, surely Micah 6 leaves no doubt whatsoever that the time is fully come for God's people to get down to business as never before. The message with which we have been entrusted, inspiration commands, should be scattered as the leaves of autumn. Testimonies, volume 9, page 231. And here are the leaves. Brothers and sisters, the leaves we now have today, they are in our midst. That is the golden bowl, the message of the shepherd's rod. This message need to be scattered as the leaves of autumn to all our brothers and sisters. These publications need to be in the hands of our brothers and sisters in every house. But how can we accomplish this when we want to control the work, when we are bringing private interpretations that we cannot decentralize, basing our argument from track number 8, page 24, that we do not even understand? We see that we need to set up publishing houses to accomplish the work of that other angel. We know that other angel being spoken of is the shepherd's rod message. This is the message that needs, brothers and sisters, to be scattered as the leaves of autumn. But how are we to accomplish this? By setting publishing houses in every corner, in every country, to reach our brethren around the globe, who are about 22 plus million brothers and sisters. We cannot do this by centralizing the work in the United States of America, as these bogus ministries, 11th Hour Ministry, Mountain Dale, Waco, Bashani, all of them, brothers and sisters, they are not fulfilling the work of God. God is telling us that we need to set up publishing houses so that we may scatter the leaves of autumn. We read from Timely Greetings, volume 1, page 17. It reads, millions, so it is that this small comprehensive publication, the bright clouds laden with present truth, are now being scattered as leaves of autumn throughout Laodicea, to every church member, to everyone grass in the vineyard of the Lord. The final result, more than 1,000 attest inspiration will soon be converted in one day, most of whom will trace their first conviction to the reading of our publications. Review and Herald, November 10, 1885. So it is very clear, brothers and sisters, that there is no need for us to even print these big, voluminous books. Inspiration is telling us that so it is that these small, comprehensive publications, brothers and sisters, are the ones that need to be scattered as the leaves of autumn to our brothers and sisters in the Church of God. Inspiration is telling us that more than 1,000 will attest, will soon be converted in one day, most of whom will trace their first conviction to the reading of our publication. Brothers and sisters, these publications need to be in the hands of our brothers and sisters in church, in the laps, in every house. They should know of the Shepherd's Rod message. We cannot do it by centralizing the work in the United States of America, but we need to decentralize. We have publishing houses that will produce these small comprehensive publications so that we reach our brothers and sisters, so that one day most of them will trace their first conviction to the reading of our publications. God has taken the reins in his own hands. We read from Testimonies to Ministers and Gospel Workers, page 300. It reads, when the light goes forth to enlighten the earth, instead of coming up to the help of the Lord, they will want to bind about his work to meet their narrow ideas. Let me tell you that the Lord will work in this last work in a manner very much out of common order of things, and in a way that will be contrary to any human planning. There will be those among us who will always want to control the work of God, to detect even what movements shall be made when the work goes forward under the direction of the angel who joins the third angel in the message to be given to the world. God will use ways and means by which it will be seen that he is taking the reins in his own hands. The workers will be surprised by the simple means that he will use to bring about and perfect his work of righteousness. Brothers and sisters, we see that today in our midst there are these people, this mixed multitude who want to bind about his work to meet their narrow, selfish ideas, so that they may collect tithes from the people of God and fulfill their selfish desires. While these brothers and sisters, the tithe, they should be used to set up publishing houses. Here, inspiration is telling us that there will be those among us who will always want to control the work of God. And this is true, brothers and sisters. These associations, they think they are the ones who have been only called by God to run the work in the United States of America. This side in Africa, the brothers need to be told what to do by these so-called leaders. Brothers and sisters, God has taken the reins into his hands. The setting up of the publishing houses is one way where we see God taking the reins into his hands to reach out to 22 plus million of Adventists, so that they may hear this message of revival, so that they may hear this message of the Shepherd's Rod. So we see that these associations, they want to control, they want to eat the tithes. They are repeating the same mistakes as the ministers of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. There are those ministers written in Ezekiel chapter 34. God takes charge of the flock. We read Testimonies for the Church, volume 5, page 79. It reads, we have been inclined to think that where there are no faithful ministers, there can be no true Christians. But this is not the case. God has promised that where the shepherds are not true, he will take charge of the flock himself. God has never made the flock wholly dependent upon human instrumentalities. But the days of the purification of the church are hastily apace. God will have a people pure and true. In the mighty shifting soon to take place, we shall be better able to measure the strength of Israel. The signs reveal that the time is near when the Lord will manifest that his fan is in his hand, and he will thoroughly purge his floor. Thank God, brothers and sisters, for we have the faithful helpers of Elijah, the hands of Zerubbabel, that are actually faithful to the call. They will do what God bid us to do now, to set up publishing houses around the globe. The publishing houses have been set in Kenya, in Zambia, in Malawi, in Vanuatu, in Zimbabwe, in South Africa, in Australia, in the United Kingdom. Brothers and sisters, God has never made the flock wholly dependent upon human instrumentalities. We see it is a high time, brothers and sisters, that we need to come out from these associations, brothers and sisters. We join with the people that are setting up publishing houses around the globe, so that our brothers and sisters may have this material. It is a tragedy that even some of the members of these associations, some of them, they do not have literature themselves. They do not even have complete set of the message. So how will now, if the members of these associations do not have the literature themselves, where will the literature to give members of the Laodicean church come from? Brothers and sisters, we need to wake up, even as the laity today, that we see that we are being robbed, we are being kidnapped by the devil through these associations. We need to come out, brothers and sisters, of this association and join with the people that are setting up publishing houses around the globe. God will also hold us accountable for supporting thieves, for supporting robbers. We cannot do this, brothers and sisters, in the expense of God's work. Points to consider. The reason that the work of the sealing message is moving as slowly as it is to be found in the fact that a mixed multitude of labors has evidently come into the message. Publishing houses are the key in the spreading of the message of the hour, and to help minimize private interpretations among Davidians. One of the ways God has taken the reins into his hands is through the setting up of the publishing houses around the globe, that is worldwide. Brothers and sisters, may actually God help us to wake up before it's too late. For more information, you can write to us at admins at helpers of Zerubbabel. You can WhatsApp us on the numbers that are on the screen, or you can email us at helpersofzerubbabel@gmail.com. Brothers and sisters, it is a time that we need to wake up. We cannot continue supporting robbers who claim to be part of us as Davidians today. May God bless us as we search for truth as for hidden treasure. God bless.